The Yellow Brick Road. This video does not reflect the actual views of real people. These are actors playing a role to entertain audiences. No persons or animals were harmed in the making of this video. Gosh, I love YouTube and I love Google.
Welcome to the Yellow Brick Road. I'm amazing. He's amazing.
Amazing.
And today we're going to watch something amazing.
Today, we're going to watch something amazing. Today,
Grace.
we're going to watch something amazing.
No other words are needed other than amazing.
Amazing. It's like,
that's amazing.
Jordan, I'm sorry. Your girlfriend died in the fire. Amazing. Oh.
Without further ado, Jesse Lee Peterson. Atheism-is-unstoppable. Amazing.
I have with me in this second hour here, Devin Tracy. And Devin Tracy is known on YouTube as Atheism-is-Unstoppable. Atheism-is-Unstoppable. Isn't that amazing? That is amazing. Devin, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, Jesse, my man. Good to be here. It's an honor. I've been watching your videos. I am a fan, and I appreciate what you do. I think you're a much-needed voice on YouTube.
Thank you, Devin. I absolutely appreciate that. So, Devin, are you an atheist?
Sure. That is...
Yes, you may call in.
That would be amazing. Come on, man. Look at that picture in his background, man. The top left? It's amazing. Freaky. Try to remember that Jay-Z line. He said, Mason, oh look, you made the cut.
You put a filter on there?
I didn't do it.
You're looking hazy.
You looking suspect. Like, yo. Why do you keep fixing your hat back there? What? Man, I don't like it, man. You fidgety.
Alright, you can call in whenever I've chosen.
It's fair to say, yeah, I am an atheist.
Like, and why?
Unplayable character. Like his hand be on his shoulder.
Because I feel it's the correct stance, but it's not something I actively think about. I actually don't talk about atheism much anymore. I feel like I've gotten it off my chest, and I feel like we've made our point. You know what I'm saying? Like we've evolved a little bit.
And what's the point?
We, the group, the team. You know, we only lost one game in the playoffs, you know, but we did sweeps.
How do I know who gets it and who doesn't? If you could just take a name and a label and just say, these guys already did it for me. How am I supposed to know who is a real atheist and who's just pretending or pissed off at their parents?
How am I going to know who's amazing? How am I going to know?
All right.
Point that you made.
Well, originally my point was just to kind of make fun of religious people and just state for the record that I thought it was all bogus and I thought it wasn't real, which is, I feel, kind of an important distinction because you guys base your life around it. So.
And so let me go back to and why are you an atheist?
I'm an atheist because I don't believe in things that aren't true.
And what's not true that you don't believe in?
I love the questioning. I love it. It's all literal. What's not true is that there is no God, and you pick a story, pick any of those old fables. I mean, it's all just that. It's just make-believe. And so it's time that we grow up as a species and stop living in fear and stop telling lies to ourselves. I thought you were about the truth, Jesse.
And how do you know that there is no God?
It's not about knowing. It's about how do I know that your argument that there is a God is not good? And I know that because I use reasoning, and you guys don't have much evidence. So it's kind of an embarrassing assertion that you would claim that there's a invisible creature in the sky.
No, but you say...
Well,
so would Jesus. He thinks that's incredible too.
yeah.
That is a
What's going on, man?
invisible creature. Are you really the invisible dude in the sky? Like, he thought that was crazy. But sounds like typical.
He would say, "I guess I am invisible to you people." Just flies away.
Yeah. If I were to write down all the atheist arguments on a chalkboard, he sounds like he's heading in that direction. Like,
And also like hey,
it's about critical thinking though.
the things that happened pre-existing. No, I don't say pre-existing. Atheist. You know, it's like what happened to you when you were younger?
Yeah.
Any kind of household, and did you live under a regime? You know,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Also, you still don't have any proof that any full known truth that completely contradicts the God of the Bible or whatever. Not that I believe in the God of the Bible.
No, I take a more like metaphorical, existential approach to it.
Also, the whole I hate when atheists say that we're not actually making an argument for anything. You guys just haven't compelled us with an argument.
But isn't it?
But
like,
you're already discounting the idea of certain whatever supernatural or whatever.
yeah.
It's like, I think that's silly. I think that's a silly way to argue.
Well, it is. It's like, well, first of all, you don't know.
Second of all, if you're claiming something that's significant as this, you should be the one asking to. You're the one who should take on the burden of truth. If you're worth anything as far as this type of argument, you should be saying there is no God and I'm going to go prove it.
Yeah.
That should be your stance, not, well, you guys haven't proved it for me, so I guess there is no God. There's
Especially
no
with a
evidence
name that's called atheism-is-unstoppable. I don't really talk about that. I don't really talk about it that much anymore. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like Nazism is unstoppable. Well, I don't really talk about it that much anymore. I'm not comparing the two. You know, it's just funny. It's like it's in the name.
I think he started leaning towards the pop culture of intellectualism, which is nowadays. SJWs are bad.
You mean
Like, all right, I get it.
pseudo-intellectual.
Yeah.
The pseudo-intellectual.
You might go even a little further with the whole, probably leaning towards race and genetics, things like that. It's like, good luck, brother.
Good luck. No, it's like this. Good luck, brother. Have fun.
All right.
You know, I mean, obviously you would, but make sure you be careful, right? Right, be careful, especially when you drive.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
Continuing.
You said you know that there is no God. How do you know that?
Oh, I know it because as well as I could know anything. So I'm 99.9% sure.
I thought you just said it wasn't about knowing.
That's a gang of contradictions.
Yeah.
He said, oh, I know in the sense of, I know 99.9%. That's not knowing.
No.
It's 99.9. Knowing is 100% truth, correct?
Absolutely.
It's a known.
There's no room for mistake. No room that there's the slightest chance that it could be something else.
Yeah.
It's
Otherwise we call 99.99 percentile. We call that a probability.
Yeah, that's what percentages are. Probabilities, you know. Something that to measure what's most likely or least likely.
Yes.
Just like studies, science. See, guys, it's a fact. I'm like, that's not a fact. That's most likely. Like if I said you're most likely to suck my dick, you know. I mean, hey. Does that mean you're going to? No. Does it mean you're most likely to? Possibly, if I don't skew it. just saying. Like you said earlier, a lot of these arguments that are made based off of statistics or whatever, and we go back, we look at them. It's like, well, what the? Did you guys just like cherry pick?
Yeah.
So, all right.
If I'm 99% sure that in my mind, as far as philosophical, what I really want to, what I'm really into, I would be looking for that 100% thing, the thing that's 100% true.
Or you mean an absolute truth?
So until that point, I'm not going to say this or the other. I'm just going to say what I believe this, I think this. I'm not going to say I know, or this is the truth, or I have the facts, or here are the data points. I'm going to say I believe this. But whatever. He may be saying that just with the wrong words. In my opinion, the wrong words.
Well, it's when they say something like, like, no, it's not real. It's like, oh, so you know.
Yeah.
Then there we go.
Yeah, that's the claim they claim to not claim.
Right.
As far as atheists. The burden of proof is on you.
Like
no, you take the burden of proof.
He just said it.
Are you looking for something, or are you trying to get away from
Yeah,
something?
no. Hey, dude, when you say no,
Yeah.
all right.
All right.
Like
Continue.
If during this interview you provide evidence, I'll change my mind.
What is your evidence that there is no God?
Now we're into proving a negative. So it's not my burden to tell you there is no God. It's your claim. So
Like I said, I could have wrote this on a chalkboard. Straight up.
you have to show me why I should believe.
But it
And
is
you
your
have-
burden to prove that there is no God. You said you know there is no God, and what is your evidence that there is no God? What's your evidence of that?
My evidence that there is no God is your complete and total lack of evidence that there is a God.
Amazing.
That's Jesse Lee Peterson's way of saying I got you.
Yeah.
And he got him.
He did.
You can't say I know there is no God.
Yeah.
You have to just straight up leave that aside and just say, well, show me the proof. Then I'll start believing
That's
in
like an
God.
agnostic saying, well, show me the proof, then maybe I'll consider it. I don't know. There could be. Versus, no, there is none. There is no God. I'm telling you, it's not real.
That might be.
I know. Well, it's up to you to prove it to me. No, you said you know.
That yeah.
What?
That's why a lot of people would consider what the normal term for atheists. They're like, oh, they're really agnostics. They're
Yeah.
not really. There's like a bunch of subcategories, but
They shouldn't be.
they'd be just considered agnostic.
I thought atheism would be like, basically it is the belief that there is no God, because you guys don't know. But I thought the calling cry was, oh, there is no God.
Yeah.
And agnostic was, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
And if you look at like the word atheist, right? It's like non-believer. It's like, okay, but that's sort of a stance.
Infidel?
In reality, isn't that basically saying? In reality, it should be, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any evidence for it. That sounds like a better, as opposed to
Yeah.
I believe there is no God.
Well, now we're
How can
making
you make that leap?
Yeah, now we're making a statement.
Yeah. And it's like, dang.
It's like how are you gonna make such a large leap
Yeah.
and hopefully this guy will talk the same way he does on his videos.
Yeah. And they
Same
set-
tone, same mocking.
And they set up straw men, as in someone could be talking about God but not mean from some Bible or Torah or
Yeah.
Quran, Old Testament, whatever. All right, continuing.
And did you at one time believe that there was a God?
No, I was one of those that didn't get indoctrinated, so it was kind of an easy slide for me. It was,
Well, there's a little evidence there, right? As just assuming they're indoctrinated.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
Huh?
Continuing.
and I thank my parents for that. A lot of people, they don't get that head start. They get told what to believe, and then they have to sort of question, wait a minute, am I just believing it because my parents told me, or is this what I actually think?
Same thing can go for atheism.
Yeah.
Even you thinking you're figuring it out on your own could be where you're like, oh, I really got this from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And all the things that people tell me, that these guys who gave me this ideology told me was evidence, I believe that evidence. You know what I mean there?
Amazing.
Right? They tell you, well, there's no evidence for God, right? Whoever his atheist daddy is, right? It's like, well, they say there's no evidence, but then they also qualify or classify what actual evidence is.
Yeah.
Meaning, if you say intuition, it's like, oh, it's not really evidence. You can't say, I just feel like there is. That's not evidence, because these guys up here,
They tell you what it is or what it is.
they tell you what evidence actually is. Yeah.
And until they understand the fact that like what they're involving themselves in, which is itself a belief system, because you don't know. You don't know. That's it. It's that simple. You don't know.
Yeah.
Like you don't. You can know things about yourself. Absolute truths. But this, no.
Yeah.
You don't know. It's that simple. Well, you can't say it. I'm like, yeah, I can. I just did. You know. As well as like how they say it too.
Yeah.
When they use their speech like this, like, well, I believe there is none. And it's, well, I know. It's like, no, hold up. Two conflating things going at once, you know? All right, let's play it.
So I got to avoid all that, which is nice.
So you were raised by your father and mother?
Yeah, I got a stepmother somewhere along the way there, but yeah, I had a father in my life, which is a big thing, which is something I know you talk about quite often.
Yeah. Were you raised by your father and mother?
Yeah, I was. My father was around, and he played an instrumental role in my upbringing.
Was he in the home with you?
He was most of the time, actually. Yeah, he had a job that'll.
What do you mean that you had a stepmother at some point?
My actual mother died when I was 5, and so he remarried, and I got a couple stepsisters and a new mom.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. But so you were not raised by your father and mother. You were raised by your father and a stepmother.
Correct.
And how did you feel about your stepmother?
Oh, boy, that's a can of worms. She is very religious. So, I tried to get along well, but it was never going to be a fit made in heaven. So it was whatever. I kind of went on with my life, and I sort of had my father there, and he was the main driving force.
Right. So your mother died when you were 5. You had a stepmother, and you didn't like your stepmother at all.
She wasn't the wicked witch. I mean, it's not like a Disney, stepmother, but no, it was just, she wasn't family per se, so it's a tough thing. I mean, most people with step parents kind of understand what one goes through.
This is why
This is Jesse digging to try and get some sort of thing on him. I get it now. You're raising her. She was a bad person, and she was into religion.
Yeah.
That's why you're atheist.
I mean,
trust me, this guy can't make an argument either.
No, I'm not advocating for Jesse Lee Peterson. I heard enough about phones and stuff.
Go
Obama
check.
Phones?
Yeah, go back and check our video of David Pakman versus Jesse Lee Peterson.
Yeah, that was.
It's
amazing.
It's amazing. Taz, amazing.
It's like foreclosure on your house. Yeah. Amazing.
Men and women who have children should not remarry. They should not get with another woman, or a woman should not get with another man while they have children, because kids do not accept step parents. They yearn their own parents, and not for their own parents.
Who's that knocking at my door? That's a song.
Hey, so was the Beatles shit. That's it. It was incredible.
Turn my fucking camera off. What's up, man? Hello.
Toasted?
He's high. I know it.
Maybe he fell asleep. Toasted?
Would you leave the room? I'll call again when ready.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll call him. Oh, shit. Hello?
Toasted? Toasted has left the call.
Alright, I'll call him.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll do this. Fuck, that's loud. Pick up the fucking phone.
You're never there when I need you. It's like Matrix, it's like. He's flipping discs and shit. Toasted is unavailable.
How dare you, Toasted?
Try again.
Call me back, Toasted, when you feel like it.
Say it louder. You can message him.
He'll call.
Alright.
Men and women do that.
God damn it, Toasted. Hello? I hear noise.
Toasted? Answer me, Toasted. Too toast or not too toast? Toasted? Bread?
Where the hell is he?
Toaster in a bathtub? No? What? No, it's what? What? What happened?
We can't hear you, man. There's no sound coming in.
Toast. A clapper. Clap on.
Do you have are your microphone settings turned on to whatever microphone you're using?
Mm-hmm.
That might be important. Click that.
Oh.
Okay, we'll continue. We'll hear you when you. I think my mic is broken. Fuck.
Alright.
This is one of those high things. I bet just something's just unplugged and he just doesn't realize it.
I think it's broken.
Alright. If you figure it out, just call us back, alright? Alright, so continuing with a timestamp that. So we just skip over that. Should put like 24.
Alright.
Okay. Continuing with Jesse Lee Peterson versus atheism. Marsupials-R-Unstoppable.
He said his roommate's using his laptop.
I gotcha.
Kick his ass.
Yeah, just take that shit back, man.
Dude, just,
You know what to do.
put a little bit of bleach, make him some tea. You know how it goes.
Fuck.
That's all you gotta do, man.
Alright. Continuing.
I think my mic broke. Amazing.
Well, it's not a secret. I mean, there's many books written about this. I think depending on how old you are when the new parent comes in, that changes quite a lot. For example, my sister is 5 years older than me, and like a 5, or a 10 and 11-year-old girl getting a new mom, that ain't gonna fly.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that was a tricky one.
And were you close to your father?
Understandable.
Oh yeah, still am. He's a great guy, a great man. He comes from a great father, And it's one of those things where you don't really realize how lucky you are until other people point it out and they say, damn, I wish I had a relationship like the one you have with your father. And you just get lucky or you don't.
Did you forgive him for marrying this woman?
I fully forgive him.
You told him that?
I never.
The oven is turned on to a full blast.
Did you forgive him for not being amazing?
See, those early questions were just, preheat for the oven. Now it's just, you're fucking cooking now, son.
It's like, amazing. That's amazing. Come on, man. Look at the top left picture. Like, if only it was fading into blue. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't clear. It's just fading into the back. Yeah.
All right. Continue.
Come on.
Never had any anger towards him. None whatsoever. Yeah.
But did
and by
he
the way,
know how much you disliked your Christian stepmother?
Oh, it's on record. She was more than Christian, though. I mean, it was more into like, woo-woo and New Age and Scientology and little Christianity. I mean, it was just everything. And it didn't really bother me. I mean, I tried to move on with my own life. There's more. Life is too short to be worried about negative relationships or just things that aren't perfectly harmonious. So I was out dating girls and playing sports and, doing other stuff.
Could that explain why you rejected God? Because she was it sounded as though she was a terrible example of that.
No, I don't think I ever thought of a need to reject it. It was never an option. It was just, I don't know, maybe, do you agree that it's important to believe in things that are true? Is that a principle of yours?
Well, if you really want a peaceful life, if you want to be able to see and deal with life properly and overcome the issues, it's important to believe the truth, because when you believe the lie, then life becomes difficult. And because we do live by belief, we live by faith in something, we can't help it. It's best to live by what's right rather than the lie.
So are you suggesting that a belief in God is helpful in one's life and that's why we should believe it, not that it's actually true?
A belief in God is the truth, and it's the way to go.
Well, I believe that you truly believe in God, but I'm suggesting that it's kind of pointless because he's not real. But like,
and when,
sorry.
Well, he says it's important to believe in what's true. Yet he has no idea what the truth is.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems obvious to me.
Yeah.
So it's like, where are we going with this, man? Where are you getting at? I don't know.
I think it's called catering to people.
And you consider some of the other works we've heard him in. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's like, it's like, yeah, I know how to strike. I know striking. Amazing.
Let's continue. This is going nowhere fast. I don't even have like points to bring up. It's just like,
this is
it's
just doing it for me, man.
it's just
Is this going on? What's going on here, man?
All right.
Like, is this a sketch?
you define evidence, when you say you need evidence,
Have him define God, Jesse,
Yeah.
for God's sakes. So I want to go back in time, jump through a TV screen, and like, guys, here's a question you should be asking each other. Just run to either end, whisper in their ear, like, this is what you should ask. Run back to the other side. Press this.
I'm afraid it's going to be some sort of Pornhub link,
It's on my tablet. I don't give a shit. As long as my PC is fine. Yes, my penis cock is fine.
Jordan Dillard, Levi.
You want me to click the app? What? I already have the app.
I think he's just high, man.
I know.
It's like, download it so we can talk.
Hashtag maze. I wish either one of these guys would respond. And that's what this is all about.
Can you imagine? This guy never cheers for anything. He just says, Mason.
I don't even think we're here for an argument, to make an argument about this. We're just watching it and hoping one of them responds to it somehow.
Oh, this dude definitely won't.
He won't.
No. But if the atheism-is-unstoppable guy has any balls, he'll respond.
Yeah, someone troll that marsupial.
That marsupial.
Tell him stop hopping around. Stop ducking us, son.
Hey,
stop
man.
ducking.
I want to know, man. I want to know, man.
Continuing.
What are you going to do?
Nah.
There's no evidence, right?
Yeah.
Define that. What do you mean by define no evidence?
Well, I mean, we could use like a court system, like how a court would view evidence. I'm looking for anything, really. Anything more than what you have, which is just stories written by people you don't even know wrote them. It's just not compelling. And the belief in God is an extraordinary thing. And there's not even a shred of evidence for it.
So let me just...
That's funny.
If you take the Bible or whatever religious books and put them in metaphor, they might make more sense to people.
Yeah. Rather than, oh God, Bill, look, this man got every animal in the world to get on the boat. God. Or like, oh, he's a zombie.
Yeah.
He came back from the dead. It's like, what do you think they mean by that resurrection?
Yeah, you should be lucky that it's Jesse Peterson and not Jordan Peterson. You should just be lucky as far as like.
Oh, he gets shredded.
He
I'm not a fan
Peterson
of that
would
dude.
manipulate words and like, see, there's literal truth and then scientific truth and then there's metaphorical truth. He'd do the hand signals and shit like that.
No, you need to make sure that you know the difference between the truth.
Yeah.
Would you cast in a spell on me? You know?
He'd do that into turning. Well, he'd end up putting the other guy in the video.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson destroys a marsupial live on camera. Do we call PETA? I think we do. Alright, continuing.
I am not an atheist. I am not.
I'm not an atheist either. I think it's a lazy stance. Now, agnostic, that might be better. Say, well, I don't fucking know. I haven't looked into it.
I call it a step.
I got life to live, so I haven't looked into it. I don't know what to say. There is no, because you guys haven't provided us evidence.
No, you're making the claim that you know that there isn't.
That's horrible.
So,
yeah. All right, continuing.
Ask this and then I want to move on. I have so much
Yeah.
I want to ask you about this.
Okay.
So it sounds like your stepmother was a bad example of
keeps
a
going back to
person
it.
who believes in God. Do you think, has she been
really trying
an
to get-
example
he's gonna
of
keep
what
asking
she
until he gets the
preached?
answer he wants
Has
to
she
hear.
been a living example
So,
of
she
it?
beat you?
You might see this thing differently.
No, I see you're going with that angle, but there was more to my life than just my stepmother. I mean, I was raised in the 80s in LA, and there was a lot of God talk everywhere. I went to a youth group. I was in the Boy Scouts. You know, we used to have religion in the Boy Scouts. I think they're taking it out now, but back then it was there, and none of it impressed me. I got to be honest. And this was not even a hard decision. It was just a no-go from the start. So I haven't been grappling with this. I'm not rejecting God. I just don't think it's real. So I just moved on.
I understand. So where do you get your values from?
Get that back.
Well, partly the Boy Scouts, actually. But it's my society, my parents, and
But
my intuition.
it sounds like your mother was no good. Your stepmother was no good.
No,
if what you
no good.
Yeah, he keeps going back to the mom thing, or the stepmom thing. So let it go, man. So you need better arguments than that.
It's like,
See, you would have naturally...
did your mother...
You would have naturally been a Christian, but that evil stepmother of yours... No, she was fine. Yeah, I'm sure she beat you all the time, right?
Right. That's where you're going with, right? That?
I don't even know.
I mean, it's not surprising here. We have the studies about the genetics. It's come on, guys. Just look at the studies. Right, Mary? You know what I'm talking about. It's like, you guys already know.
Continuing.
The studies say you'll have a pre-existing decision making. Yeah, it's like, meaning Oh, you were going to be a bitch either way. You, sir, you were going to be a dominant male no matter what. It's like, come on, man.
You said about her, she had no values.
No,
So maybe that's why you're like that.
No, I do have values. She's a fine woman. It's just, our relationship was a little bit frayed, that's all. But values, there's tons of atheists that have values, and you know this, so don't try to suggest that I'm some sort of a hedonistic Satan
No, I'm just saying it. I'm just asking, where do you get your values from?
Well, I don't think I reinvented the wheel. I don't think I got them all from myself, but I am guided by my own personal intuition on what I think is right and wrong.
Amazing.
That's what he knows. He gets them.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
Like, where do you get your values from? Obviously I get things, there's content all over, but I use my intuition to decide what's good and bad. Like, well, what is that? Amazing.
Toasted said, can I ask you guys for some coke? Well,
we don't snitch on air, except for him. I said, can I ask you guys for some advice?
You're that kid from Recess, all right? That's you.
What is it, Toast?
What's his name? Ralph? What was his name? Ralph or whatever the fuck? I don't remember his name. You're that kid with the fucking, He's the one.
What advice would you like? Not that we could actually give you some.
I'm not capable.
We could just provide information that you can, whatever, accept, throw away, change, manipulate.
It was Randall. Don't be Randall.
Do what you gotta do.
Don't be a Randall, man.
But yeah, he just said, I get it, intuitively I pick out what's good.
Is that where we stop? That's where we stop.
It's like, well, what is that?
Yeah. Intuition. That's like something internal. Like does like the existential building blocks just stop right there? It's like, see, it's two Legos attached. I did it.
Considering his other work, it sounds like it stopped around there.
Yeah.
This sounds right. Sounds logical. All right, continuing.
There are a lot of millennials who are atheists. And why is atheism so popular among millennials or young people?
I think it's because it's
Freedom.
The truth. It's the correct answer on the issue, and more people have more information.
I think, once again, I don't know if he's just fucking up with his words.
Yeah.
Or never bothered to what does truth really mean? Or what should it really mean if you're speaking with someone? Because he keeps using this truth word, and it's just not... I don't think he's using it quite correctly.
Toasted. I just found out my girlfriend is married with children and a dog, and now I'm fucking scared that the husband will kill me. Well, I'm not even gonna say that. Yeah, dude, that's tough.
Don't avoid Stefan Molyneux. Avoid Coach Red Pill. And then
I would just say, get the fuck away. That's all I'm gonna say. Distance.
I'm guessing she's cheating, right? Oh, is married.
Yeah, his girlfriend is married. That means, okay, that's it. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Nah, you can still be a human about it.
No. Yeah, be human about it. But listen, I didn't know that. Goodbye.
Yeah, it depends on how much you like her. I mean,
yeah.
If you're really into her, then be like, I can wait for a divorce.
He said that's why I smoked a lot of weed. Hey, man.
Hey, gets you thinking, come up with ideas.
Yeah. What do you say?
I'm currently ghosting you. Oh, I'm currently ghosting here. And well, you shouldn't smoke weed to get away from problems. You smoke them to either work on things, have fun,
yeah,
or whatever.
I wouldn't try to fill the void with anything. You know, that's where things can get a little messy.
Make every little step be something to improve on.
Yeah.
And in that situation, like I said, how much do you like her?
Yeah.
You answer that question, everything else you can figure out intuitively. Like, oh, I need to stick around somehow. Yeah.
And that's all we gotta say about that.
I'm currently ghosting her. Gotcha.
Ghosting her. All right, hey man. It's one of those things where you gotta, like what he said. How much do you like her?
Do the individual work, do the existential work so that problem never happens again.
And do the right thing.
Yeah. Well, then you'll have the answer to it.
Oh, yeah. Just like Spike Lee. Do the right thing.
All right, continue.
So access to that information is making it easier to become an atheist.
Amazing. Devin, you say that, I asked why are so many young people...
So I know she was cheating a long time ago, but I just found out today it was her husband.
Oh, then you're fucking up, man. Right? It doesn't,
yeah, dude.
Doesn't matter if it's a boyfriend or a husband. Like, all you're talking about is like some social service that says you're married now.
Yeah.
That seems to be the only difference there to me.
Yeah.
So
if you knew, you know, or had some sort of like slightest idea, or
if she told you straight up, then and you
peace.
made your bed, man. Gotta lay in that shit now.
Yeah.
But once again, do the internal work. You don't have to do that shit ever again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Continuing. There's some sort of question coming.
Say that, I asked why are so many young people into this atheism thing, and you said because there's a lot of information out there nowadays, right?
Well, it's more than information. It's the argument for atheism. So never before in history has it been so eloquently given by guys like Hitchens, Harris, all the new atheists. So all those debates, remember that creation debate with Ken Ham?
So how can it be for something that's claiming that there's no argument there?
Mm-hmm.
Like getting people to go for atheism, right? Does that make sense? If our argument is that they don't have evidence, then there is no for there. So clearly you're for something.
Oh, he didn't know. My bad. Toasted didn't know.
What's that? Oh, you didn't know she was cheating on you. Oh.
That's just shitty, man.
Yeah.
All I can say was, maybe if she was the one, it never would have happened. That's all I gotta say.
Do that work, son. Do that individual work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so you know what to do, man.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah. All right. Continuing. So, did I cover that? Right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you can't be for atheism if there's no art, there's nothing there.
No.
Right? You have to stand for something.
It's literally just like having
It has to be some sort of belief system if you're
it's literally
converting
like
people.
a ghost of a reason, you know?
Yeah. All right.
Bill Nye. Like other young people can see that and then judge for themselves. It's just for the longest time, it was just religion, Christianity, and nothing else. And so atheists felt secluded and they questioned, like, am I the only one who doesn't buy this crap? And now they see, oh, the whole world is caught onto it. The secret's out.
And why have you chosen?
And I think they're going to run away from that too.
Most likely.
From the atheism thing.
Yeah.
Like, what? Because I feel boxed in now.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh, I was just agnostic the whole time. I wasn't really atheist.
That's why I heard the argument saying that a lot of atheists are most likely agnostics.
Yeah.
Who's walking? I don't know, man.
What happened?
He said, who's walking? I don't know what you mean by that.
Or who's talking.
Who's...
Right?
He says who's walking.
Maybe he meant talking.
Maybe.
Either way, just clarify that for us.
Okay.
To believe the people who say that there is no God, as opposed to the ones who say that there is a God? Why have you chosen to believe the ones that you believe?
Yeah, but that's just it. I'm not believing what people tell me. I'm telling you there is no God based on my personal assessment of the facts. So
you know. And by the way, if you're talking about facts in regards to like statistics and studies, that doesn't mean you know. It's not an absolute. That's not an absolute truth. It's not a fact. It isn't. It's really weird how people can just get away with this language here. It's a fact, dude. It's a fact. Look at the studies, bro. Oh, you mean the statistics that are telling me what's most likely is? I have to go back and look at it to make sure it's not like skewed in any kind of way to favor somebody for whatever reason.
Also, are you picking the most extreme idea of Christianity and then saying, well, there goes God out the window. This can't be the answer.
Toasted said, how about just believing in God with no religion? And I heard some noise. Well, I was going to say this before. If we really look into what God is, you know, there really is no religion with it, in my opinion. There is none.
Yeah.
God would be the internal.
I'd say everything. But
well, you know what I mean.
No, it's not like two different things.
No, not really.
Well, everything and the internal.
I was going into what the God voice would be.
Avoid everything.
I always imagine to begin with here. As far as
for an individual.
What's that?
For an individual to hear it, they have to be an individual.
Not necessarily. To categorize it as such, then yeah, probably.
No, they have to be an individual in order to hear something or see something or perceive something. And say there's some sort of like synchronicity or whatever happening externally. The individual has to be an individual to see the synchronicity. Otherwise, it's just another day down the street.
Oh.
It's like, oh, that's weird. Bye-bye.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But, yeah. Religion and God. Religion should be... How many people are on the planet? Like 7 billion?
I don't know.
There should be like 7 billion plus different religions in the world. Religions are basically just like, all right, these are stories I stick to. Every time I need to recall something, right? Someone asks me a question, I have a somewhat personal experience or personal, thought or something, and I keep reiterating it to myself so that if someone asks me a question, I have this little metaphor or this explanation or this moment. That's what I do.
Oh, Toasted.
Oh my god.
Hey, Toasted, all I can tell you is do the right thing. That's all I can tell you.
Like I said, there should be 7 billion plus different religions. Because everybody's different.
And some soap. And a lot of soap.
Yeah, watch out for like staph infections and things like that.
Don't mess with that.
Wear a condom. Please lube it up.
Tell her to clean that shit.
Always after a shower, not before a shower.
Not like a post shower shit either. You know what I mean?
So there's a good shave.
Stop. All right, press it.
Continuing.
So
Don't
you
be
guys
sorry.
have the assertion. It's a positive assertion by you guys that there is a God, and it just didn't convince me. That's basically why I'm an atheist.
I think that it's a horrible mistake to try to convince anyone or prove to anyone that there is a God. Either you believe it or you don't. And it's not up to me as an individual to prove to anyone that there is a God.
What do you think about that? It's not up to an individual to prove there is a God. Because the way...
It isn't. That's basically me going around telling you that, look, I can tell you that I know. I can give that to you. It's like, no, you can't. You can't. I gotta do the work.
I think that's the second part of what he's going to say.
Yeah.
But that...
The question is, does he actually...
Yeah, that on its own, I might have some different views with that.
I'm not agreeing with him.
Let's see what he says.
I'm not agreeing with this guy.
Yeah, and
Because
I'm
if I
not going
prove
out.
it to you, you only believe it because I proved it to you or said it, not because you see it for yourself. So if you don't see it for yourself, you never will have it anyway.
Yeah, you guys have that weird.
So with the added part at the end there, it's I can't really tell you. You gotta sort of experience it yourself.
Yeah.
Which makes complete sense to me.
Christopher, I can't tell you.
But at the same time, you can try in a way, right? If you believe, if I'm guessing Peterson is like heavily Christian, right? So that means there's an ideology of heaven and hell. So there's almost a moral obligation. If you believe in that,
Yeah.
there's a moral obligation to help people not go to the hell place.
Well, no way. It's like that saying: if you have the fucking stairway to heaven, you know, when you
Yeah.
tell everybody, guys, look.
It's almost a moral obligation.
Yeah.
How you go about it is on that person,
Yeah.
but you know,
Who do you guys hate more, Shank?
shame.
Whatever. Jank or Ben Shapiro? Not literally. I honestly don't like either of them, but the Ben Shapiro guy just seems corrupt.
Yeah.
Like, blatantly corrupt rather than, like, Shank. How do you say it? How the fuck you say his name?
Just say it like it's a J. Jank.
Jank. Right.
Say it like
Who
that.
just seems very ignorant. Like, just blatantly ignorant.
They both seem like there's a bigger goal.
To be fair,
at the end of their
I haven't
rainbows.
looked that much into Jank Uger, but the just Ben Shapiro lately videos I've seen, it's like, dude, you're just shilling for this side. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, they both have ideologies they're reaching for, and they're doing their things here in order to get to that golden rainbow.
Oh yeah, it's
at
like
the end.
planting your seeds.
Yeah.
It's like
But-
I'm not gonna be out. I'm not gonna be out and open about it right now. But when
Yeah.
the time's right, I will be. It's like, how dishonest and creepy is that, man?
And I think the Shapiro leans towards some sort of religious end, and Uger leans towards some form of political end.
Maybe.
I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't really hold either in high regard, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I don't.
me neither.
I don't hate. Yeah, not literally. I don't hate them. I probably hate their ideas. The ones that are just. I wouldn't even call them ideas to begin with.
I hate Shapiro's ideas more than I hate Uger's ideas.
Yeah.
Uger's ideas, Cenk Uger's ideas are like, oh, there's racism everywhere and there's anti-women everywhere and all that stuff. Shapiro's like, we need to get rid of all the Muslims. We need to protect Israel. War is okay.
We need to castrate the murderers and
Nah,
or
so
the rapists. Like, what? Is it okay if I like Ben Shapiro? Well, hold on. My bad. I skipped something. Jank is also corrupt. He used to be conservative until the Qatar. Is that how you say it?
yeah,
Qatar government gave him money. I did not know that. I'll look into that.
a guy who's from the area, I believe, gave him money.
Ooh.
Gave them a large sum of money
Really?
for their network and all that shit.
That's weird.
And he was a conservative
Yeah.
way back.
He said, "Is it okay if I like Ben Shapiro?" I mean, hey, dude, you know.
Like who you want. I mean,
Yeah, but I would say
Really?
if you're looking for somebody that's going to talk about morality, he ain't the dude. That's all I'm going to tell you. He ain't the guy. He don't get it, and I think he's corrupt, like blatantly.
really dig into his ideas and then try to decipher what he's really saying.
Yeah,
Alright.
I think he's a pseudo intellectual. Yeah, I really do. I really do. It's like, fuck, I cannot believe people think this guy is really intelligent.
Yeah, the
And then I imagine-
amazing atheist had a
Yeah. Then
had some arguments for
And then
him.
I see how people hold it like, what do you mean by intelligence? Well, this is what we mean by intelligence. That's not intelligence, you know.
Oh my god. Look at his subscribe thumbnail. Bottom right corner.
That's amazing. All right, then he fucking knows.
Yeah, he's selling.
All right. Yeah, smart.
Like, damn it.
It's like he knows. That shit's funny. Amazing.
Alright, continue.
listen to this shit's hilarious.
thing where you want people to believe without evidence.
I don't
based on
want people
faith.
to believe.
No, but faith is a huge factor in.
I know, but I
Christianity.
don't want people to believe.
Okay, but I mean, God could show us evidence if He existed. That could happen, but He doesn't because it's this purity test.
Oh, did I pause it by accident?
You did. Anyway.
Hold on, I want to respond to that point right there. If you, let's say you have a super being that floats above us in the sky, but he's invisible, we can't see him, and he, influences, things that happen on different planets and all that shit.
Yeah.
Why would you just, how are you going to put him in a test lab and just say, we found God, it's right here, we understand it now?
Yeah.
It's like, you might need something like metaphysical evidence in order to prove that thing.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying there is any, just, come on, man. I don't know.
I mean, the flowery language
That just sounds like
is somewhat
movies.
exposing itself, It's like, don't you guys see what this means here?
Yeah.
Like God, Christ,
Yeah.
individuals. See how it's, I said, like, it's the individual and everything surrounding them. Universe. And then the whole universe.
Mm-hmm.
Coexisting. Like, no?
Yeah.
I mean, if someone said the same thing that Jenks said in reverse, he'd be labeled a Nazi. Possibly.
Yeah.
So I don't go for him for morality, I go for politics. Well, here's the thing, dude. When you're talking about politics and it involves human lives and stuff.
And he's
Then-
bringing that with him.
Yeah.
Or he's bringing, let's say it's not about morality, he's bringing those religious principles with him in his political approach.
Yeah.
That seems pretty obvious to me.
So it's like when he's talking about abortion. Like, hey, dude, do you really believe in this? Or is there some sort of outside influence going on here?
Meaning he won't actually dig into the morality of it, which means he'll rely on his religious book, which means the output is the politics of it.
Yeah.
Right? They've been having the abortion or pro-life, pro-choice argument for a while now, right? It just comes out as pro-life, but you don't see all the underpinning ideas that led him to that. Thus, when he gets to some other topic, let's say something happens in the future that we don't know now, it's like oh, I'm pro-life too. I like Ben Shapiro. Now we get to some other idea that whatever, some sort of event happens. He's at the forefront with his nice little suit on, live on YouTube, Daily Wire, blah blah blah. Then he starts feeding this other idea, and it's like, well, I already trust Ben on the pro-life stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to him now on this thing. He's like, we need to go to war immediately.
Here's the thing,
All of a
politics.
sudden, you're cheering for war
It's
because
very,
you argued with
I
college
think it's
kids.
very common whenever these politics and morality are going to mesh, because you know why? Well, we're talking about homeless people. Oh, helping people. Okay. Foreign policy. Well, that's lives.
Yeah.
Innocent people, or even people that are actively like doing things. It's still a life.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? That's what I mean by like, hey, like if someone's like him, like if he says, well, I don't go to him for morality, I go for politics. Like I wouldn't separate them.
Yeah, they shouldn't be separate.
They shouldn't be. He is right in my mind on economics and abortion. I would say no on the economics, and abortion no, because
I think he's wrong in both.
yeah.
He thinks he's being righteous, but I don't think he is. I don't think he sheds a tear for those fucking babies.
No, I don't either.
No offense.
Yeah, and you guys believe abortion is bad too, but government shouldn't act on it. Here's the thing, though.
No,
You
no
need to
authority
have-
figure. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm for choice. But like abortion, right? I'm for like preserving the life, Like there's a chance for a life here, So let's preserve it, There's possibility for it. But at the same time, you need to give them choice, right? They need to make the moral decision whether I should get the abortion or whether I shouldn't, okay? If you take that choice away, then there's no goodness there. Okay, that's called force.
Yeah,
You know?
and that means any authority. We don't just mean government. It means any authority figure. If Dad says, you can't do this, you have no choice in the matter. You're not doing this, and there's no moral choice.
No, it's force. It's tyranny. That is a form of tyranny.
So it doesn't just have to be the government.
No, keep doing it. Hillary Clinton was pretty bad with foreign policy. She wanted to have a war with Russia. Allegedly, from what I remember, vaguely, she wanted to impose like a no-fly zone over a specific area.
Yeah, she didn't want war with Russia. I think she wanted to end Syria.
Yeah.
I think that was the goal. And Russia was helping Syria. And then Clinton wanted to institute a no-fly zone, which means if your planes fly in this area,
We'll shoot them down.
And who's flying in that area? Russia. And
she's already like, it's pretty obvious.
ISIS.
There's a lot of evidence supporting the theory that she's one of the most, or if not the most openly corrupt politicians ever.
Yeah, as far as on record, on paper.
But at the same time,
she might by far be the.
But at the same time, Shapiro looks past a bunch of atrocities that happen on one side.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't advocate for this guy. I wouldn't even.
Shapiro's not against that little thing right there.
Yeah.
Shapiro's not against that. He's not against war in Syria. This monster Assad gassed his own people, and we don't have evidence, but he's a monster and he gassed his own people, and we should be doing something about it. Whatever Trump did, Shapiro might have quadrupled that shit if he were in office.
Probably.
My honest opinion.
And if he believes that, I'm like, cool, dude. Here's a gun. You lead the way. Go.
I think he thinks if you're any Middle Easterner outside of Israel, you're a crazed Islamic monster. Meanwhile, Syria is a secular government, as in the guy was voted in, as in the guy wears suit and tie, right? Plus, there's different types of Muslims.
Oh, 100%.
I hate, not literally TYT, because they think they are generous for being socialists. They are not generous. You are using other people's money. If you guys get big enough, would you agree to speak to Ben Shapiro? Fuck yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I honestly believe Ben Shapiro is not just Ben Shapiro. I believe he's like a brand. It's a group of people helping him out, making decisions, to talk to who, to talk to where, and like how to. So I think if they ever, like, just look at the people he argues with, okay? College students and the people who he ever had debates with, it's all like in the same like circle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I honestly believe that I'm gonna have to like trick him, but I can't. But I won't. I won't do that. I don't do tricks.
Yeah.
Meaning I'm gonna have to disguise myself or conceal my identity. But here's the thing: if we ever asked him, "Hey, dude, debate us," I think he won't fucking do it. It ain't gonna happen. I don't think he's gonna do it because he's gonna know it's like fuck. I can't do it with these guys.
Also, I want to add in that with the socialist thing, it's just like the abortion thing. If people, what do I need this for?
Well, when you put down
there has to be choice there for someone to make the moral decision.
Yeah.
So you can't just stick your flag in the ground and implement socialism and just say, okay, rich people, give us your money now, right?
Yeah.
You need to choose. So if we did have socialism, it'd have to be everyone's choice.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Take some of my money.
That's why
I don't feel like thinking about it. Take some of my money and spend it here.
That's why I don't like majority rules. I don't like that, man.
Yeah.
You know. Jenkin, Ben Shapiro went to my college, and Ben was far more nicer to me. I mean, hey, dude, you know, that's that's nice and all, but I'm looking at what he says, you know, and I don't think, based off what I've seen, it's like, dude, that dude's not a good person.
Yeah. At worst, or at best, neutral.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying he's evil. I'm saying he's neutral, meaning, neutral. agreeing with you. Neutral meaning, well, you really don't know what you're doing right now. But when you come to make the decision, then, you know, I can say you won't be neutral anymore. This isn't like a pompous thing I'm saying, you know. I truly believe these guys will run away from anybody that actually can pick apart what they're saying, you know.
Yeah.
I truly believe that. I see it a lot.
Alright, I say we get going again.
Yeah.
1:05:30. We'll get to your comments. We'll get to your comments after a small segment of amazingness.
Amazing.
And you got to believe just blindly, and then you're going to be rewarded in heaven.
Well, in all honesty, God, but I don't want people to believe.
Okay, but I mean, God could show us evidence if he existed. That could happen, but he doesn't, because it's this purity test. And you got to believe just blindly, and then you're going to be rewarded in heaven.
Well, in all honesty, God doesn't care if you believe or not. Who told you that?
How the freak do you know that?
Yeah. I mean, think about this. The hypothetical situation. If God, like I'm sure, like it says, loves everybody and everything, there would be care. I don't give a fuck if you don't believe in me. Go fuck yourself. You can go burn. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Nobody told me that. I just... Okay, well,
He
I like
really
the fact that
does not care if you believe. It's up to you.
Now he's bullshit.
So he's not bothered by it. He and his son, they wake up every morning and they turn on the big screen TV.
Hold up, wait.
And
4K.
you know, he have his son go in and make a little coffee, and they sit back and just watch human beings make a fool of themselves.
Pause it. All right. If that's true, then they're assholes. We don't care. Watching them blow each other up. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, this
This is silly.
the fundamentalist stance of things is pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's like, just doesn't make any sense.
Well, I don't want to group them all together, but like this is just bad.
The ideas he's talking about are just bad.
Yeah.
Alright.
But he doesn't care if you believe or not.
Okay, well, we have something in common, because it sounds like you don't want people to believe, so you're not trying to convert.
I
and I'm
want
not trying
them to believe.
Yeah.
I want them to believe, but it's not bothering me, or I'm not trying to force them to believe. It's really up to them.
Yeah, and for me, I'm not spending my life trying to get people to be atheists. I mean, if I make a video and somebody converts, great, so be it. But most Christians don't even faze me. They don't bother me at all. I think they're wrong.
Then I'd ask him, like, why do you make videos?
Yeah.
What motivates you to make videos, man? Like, is there care involved? Why?
I think it gets clicks.
Clicks?
As far as the atheistic stance is very popular. Just like the, as you say, right wing, making fun of SJWs.
Yeah. I love when you destroy them. The Thug Life compilation, I love it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're a fan. You're having fun.
Yeah.
Versus, all right, we're here to talk about ideas. You guys got to go. I can't have you. Can't have you here. But you can stay if you want. I'm just saying, you guys might not want to stay for this.
Yeah.
But I'm more concerned about the ones that want to kill me,
You
like some of those Muslims out there.
Most atheist activists are leftists. And but it also seemed that a growing number of them are not leftists. Why are some leftists and some are not?
Well, I think there's a growing number of people who don't know what side of the aisle they're on, and people are getting a little bit frustrated with the binary nature of the left-right thing. It's just too simplified, and quite frankly, the people on the far left has made any association with the left at all kind of a toxic scenario. So they've embarrassed our entire side, and I think it's time that we split up. I want a divorce. I want a divorce from the guys in TYT.
Ah, stop it right there. What the fuck is that, man? What is this?
It's probably a Arab Muslim guy who committed a crime, and that gives him reason to say all Muslims are horrible.
Yeah, he's a gun to his... Yeah, whatever.
Cenk Uygur defends a Muslim guy who went to jail.
Yeah. Is that a silencer?
Yeah.
I guess you're gonna be like, hey, dude, I don't really care if he's kidding or not. It's like, I guess you're gonna be the one in charge, right? Yeah, you're gonna be the one to lead.
Oh, I think he'd do it. That's what I smell from this guy. You just hand him the gun. All right, do it. Because his arguments are pretty weak. So I'm guessing he has to work off pride. He's like, I'll fucking do it.
Yeah, probably.
Then you just hear that quiet whistle. Dee.
Or
It's like, you're fucked now.
He's the guy that's like, fine, I'll do it. Somebody has to do it, and they have the key and the bomb. They hand it back to the police officer. Just sit down. Everyone's like looking at him. He's like, don't look at me.
No, I think he pulled the trigger.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have weird intuitive thoughts about weird thingies. And this one, I think he'd pull the trigger. His heart would instantly regret it, but his mind would be like, that's what you're supposed to do.
All right.
He'd be desperately searching for another body to pull a trigger at. It's like, I need to get over that first one. I need another one.
I need this to be normal.
Sorry.
I need to be like Obama, Bush, and the rest of them. Bomb and not cry about it.
Once again, I don't know that. I'm just guessing. Intuitive guess. I do that sometimes.
Hey.
Continuing.
Talk it like you walk it.
See you toasted. Hopefully you don't end. You can rewind.
Yeah.
This is
That's amazing.
Answering the question. All right.
These guys. I mean, let's get another party. Call them the regressive party and be done with it.
I noticed that all atheists seem to be social justice warriors. Are you a social justice warrior?
No, I positioned quite against that. And I think a lot of that SJW stuff, it's a character type, it's a weakness, but it's also a generational thing. So I'm Generation X type of guy. And I mean, what I have is just common sense. See, I don't even think I'm that special. I think in the age of the internet, it's like, what is that saying? In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. In the age of the internet, the man with common sense is king. All you have to do is be smarter than all the dumb people out there, because we got an influx of a massive amount of new dumb voices that don't even deserve to be heard.
That's wrong. They all deserve to be heard.
100%. Otherwise, you can't see it coming if it happens. Yeah. If they band together, you weren't paying attention to their ideas.
Well,
they
first
pull
of
you
all,
on the street with your fucking poor arguments. They can just pull you aside and might have something against you.
He's a
that
part
you
of
can't
it.
stand up to.
He has dumb arguments.
Yeah. Pretty basic arguments.
Yeah. And by the way, it's also wrong.
Yeah. It's incorrect at the same time.
No, I mean it's wrong to exclude anybody from talking.
Yeah.
It's like they shouldn't be heard. It's like, who the fuck are you to say that?
Yeah.
You understand what's the morally right thing to do? I would say you don't. No, you don't know. Because if you did know, you wouldn't be saying that.
Fair enough.
All right. Fucking unreal.
And yet they're yapping at us.
Where do you get your common sense from?
Father, I mean, just not my father in the sky, my actual father. He sings.
Oh. Son? Ugh. Here's common sense. Take it. Take it. It's not a choice.
All right. How do I do this? Or face this one. Religion bad. SJW bad.
Right.
Atheism good.
Lefty is who?
Kangaroos are awesome.
Yes.
Download.
Remember me.
No offense. He probably has a great relationship with his dad. But
Hey, listen.
you gotta grow up sometime.
I mean, if you don't, you gotta be a part of the studies.
come on. You
gotta be a part of my statistics and studies. Right? Right, Trayvon. Right?
That's right, Muhammad.
Right. Let me guess. Day-Day? Right?
This is why these guys can't fuck with us.
No.
So we can crack jokes too.
It's like,
oh, that's funny, man.
like, dude,
Fucking
listen.
Marsupials, man. Oh.
I'll shit on bad ideas all day long.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal. It's only personal if I feel like you have some sort of intentions to hurt people. So yeah, you know, if he ever fucking calls in or we call in to him, you know, hey, don't get butthurt if we laugh at you, you know.
Yeah.
It's just saying. Some people get really upset, like really upset.
Yeah.
It's like someone says about like, I don't care. It's just some ass backwards thing. It's like I'm gonna laugh at that, man.
Yeah.
Or I might not. Depends. It depends how stupid it sounds.
Man, if they had semi-debated with the Vertigo Politics guy
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Oh, yeah?
But,
Did you tap out?
he didn't answer certain questions. He sort of, well, what about this? Well, what about this? Well, what about, like, that type of stuff?
What's evading? Alright.
You know, like,
Whatever.
we ended up agreeing on Jungian psychology to some
Okay.
degree, but
Alright.
he kept trying to bring it back to that's a racial thing or something to do with, like,
Race and...
white souls and black
Oh,
souls.
fuck
and,
out of here with that. That whole, like, I'm not... A later time.
Yeah.
Songs. He's a musician. He sang songs about common sense, and he just infused it in me. And then, of course, just life experience.
And where does your father, earthly father, get his common sense from?
It's a good question. He's well-traveled. He's international. He's an Englishman, but he's born in South Africa. So I think that's a recommendation.
Your father, earthly father, get his common sense from?
It's a good question. He's well-traveled. He's international. He's an Englishman, but he's born in South Africa. So I think that's a recommendation I would actually have for a lot of the...
So, he's a poacher. And he has wisdom.
Is that where you got that kangaroo head from?
It's like, listen, son. No, it's... Listen, son. The marsupial is life. It says here in the study. In statistics right here. You can't disagree. It already says you probably will. Which means you are.
And that doesn't help you, right? That's not a great argument at all. And you could,
I mean, hey, dude, poachers, like, they travel.
you can sit on a mountain and figure shit out.
Doesn't make them wise.
Right. I wish I could like sit these people down and explain to them like certain things, like something like common sense. Hey,
I do understand that there's it can be a language barrier. So, but when we start saying the word no and is and not, and you know, that's where I'm like,
yeah, even an idea like rationale, you can master that without so much content around. Because what he's advocating for is that you experience more content. It's like, oh no, you can have one little marble. Okay, figure it out with this. You could do that. It's just called zooming in rather than zooming out. I don't know.
I've been saying this lately. It's just basically being the master of your universe.
Yeah.
And whenever I say that, people go, what? It's like it's literally
What?
as it sounds.
Yeah.
Be the master of your own universe. It's that simple. It must mean I have to go to Yale. Yeah. It's like, yeah, we. It's like, nah, man. No.
All right. Continue.
Look at blah, blah, blah. Ooh, Daily Wire. It's tough not to pick on the guy. I'm just being honest, you know. It's like you're making it easy for me to do it. You know?
Onward.
Like the South Park guys.
people in America. I know you talk to a lot of Americans.
You deserve this.
You got to get outside of America. There's a lot to be learned from stepping outside yourself,
It'd be more
seeing a bit of the
if I
world,
didn't
talking to new
start
people,
drawing them.
engaging with different lifestyles. I think a lot of common sense can be taken from just a good experience like that.
You say
Once again, yeah, we already said it.
Yeah, like that's just a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, that's silly to me.
that you just said you don't want to be killed by Muslims or Muslims.
Yep.
Who killed most, Christians or Muslims?
Well, this is a baited question because an
Killed by
SJW
anyone,
would tell
what the
you,
fuck?
well, it depends on what century you're talking about. But I don't care about diving into history, even though I have a degree in history from UCLA. It's obviously Muslims by a country mile. It's not even close. And they are by far and away the largest threat. And of course, it's not all of them. And I know you sell T-shirts with
Okay,
not
hold
all
on,
of them, so-
stop. What the fuck was that? What does that mean?
By far and away the largest threat, and of course it's not all of them.
It's Muslims.
And it means taking a picture.
That's not the point. It's like why do you guys gotta plug that shit in like that? Like, what are you trying to say? First of all, and again, I'm gonna say this again. Obviously, it's Muslims. You know, like, okay, based off of what? What statistics are you basing that off of? Let's look at that, and I guarantee it. It'll be hilarious if we look at those statistics that are saying this theory that he's spouting out, and it turns out it's just completely bullshit.
Yeah. I'm not sure he's really a data-based channel, unless it fits his narrative. I think he's more of a entertainer, if I had to guess.
There's no room for entertainment of ideas. There's no room for that.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry. It's like Ben's like, well, I'm just an entertainer. It's like, dude, fuck you. Okay?
Yeah.
Just like
he can't get away with that.
No.
This guy could though.
Or Bill going, Bill Maher. I'm just an entertainer. It's like
He'll try to.
He'll weasel his way out of it. Or Stephen Colbert. It's like, you know what the fuck you're doing, man? You know what the fuck you're doing?
Yeah.
I'm just a comedian, entertainer. It's like, you. Like, is it that much to people just not to be a sellout? Like, you know, is it that tough?
And this guy uses dumb guy logic. I'm not calling him dumb. I'm just saying it's a type of logic towards like, you know, some guy walks in wearing a dress. Like, why the fuck you wearing a dress?
Yeah.
That's like dumb guy logic.
Yeah.
So he looks at like SJWs or World Event and shit like that, and just uses dumb guy logic with it.
Or dumb arguments.
These guys all believe a fucking guy.
It's dumb logic to create a dumb
guy
argument.
on a cross. He died and relived all of a sudden, resurrected.
He's a zombie, then he died for my sins.
Like, come on, that's dumb. I think that's where the logic he's coming from.
Yeah.
Come on, look at where all the crime's happening at. Right? It's not white countries; it's these other countries.
Yeah, and then that's where I draw the line.
Dumb guy logic.
That's where I draw the line. It's like, stop it. No.
Well, I'm like, where are you getting at with this? It's like, what point are you making? Is it genetic? Is it cultural? What's going on here?
You're not as intricate as that guy. Fuck off. Where's your degree? Like, wow, I didn't know I had to have a degree to read stuff and like check site sources and all that stuff, you know, or have comments. Like, listen, dude. Like, he has a degree in philosophy and psychology. You don't. That means he knows and you don't. Wow. It's like,
continuing.
what am I like? I'm just like, you know, I'm here and I'm witnessing a bunch of like 8-year-olds running around, like picking their noses. It's like, I'm not trying to be insulting. It's just like, come on, man. Like, if we can aim for like the best possible scenario, why aren't we striving for that?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying here. You know, like.
Agreed.
And I know you sell T-shirts with "not all," and so do I.
And
I think Allah just means God in a different language.
Yeah, I could have told you that too. Yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
But me?
Him.
Oh.
Them. They're saying fuck Muslims, basically. Or something like that. I don't know.
I wonder how they feel.
amazing. And so let me ask, my biblical question this week is, how do you see women? How do you see women?
What a broad question that is. I think that I see them in a fairly healthy and normal way. I think I see a lot of cloaked misogyny online. There's a lot of Asperger's going on. Are you familiar with that condition? People don't know how to deal with women. People are frustrated by them. People have anger, hostility, have been rejected a million times. They want to lash out. And it is kind of gross and disgusting and pathetic. So I have a successful relationship with women my entire life, and I guess it just seems normal to me, but yet I cringe at all these guys that seem to fail on this front.
It wasn't successful with your stepmother.
Well, I wasn't trying to sleep with my stepmother.
What?
But,
So how do you see women?
I see them as glorious vessels of birthing. No, I mean, they're great. I see them as I see men. I don't see too much of a distinction. I view them
You see
equally.
men when you see women?
No, I just view them as people. I don't have a special way of looking at women that is different than looking at men,
And so
unless
you-
it's sexual.
And so you see women as glorious, what?
Goddesses, I'll say.
Amazing. And
That's brilliant.
To be fair, though, it's like, I think this guy isn't good with his words, to be honest with
He's
you.
reaching. Oh, who? Which one?
Fucking the marsupial.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, this guy might be worse, but at the
yeah,
same time,
Obama
Amazing.
Obama phone?
amazing.
The Obama phone.
Yeah.
He's like,
Barack Obama was trying to implement socialism. You remember the phones? You remember the phones? It's like, oh, okay.
like, who's your boss, dude? Who gave you this shit? It's like, we're gonna have him on this hour. Yeah. All right, I said it's enough.
All right, so that was like that last part meant nothing to me, really. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you feel like. This was another subpar performance by us, picking out the wrong video. So I'm just listening. I was listening to this video before. I'm just like picking it apart, thinking like, "Oh, this will be cool," and then you actually play it, and it's like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
It's like this isn't even fun or interesting, really. It's like I feel like I did the debunking thing already.
I did notice one thing though. He didn't even take the slightest. It sounded completely different. Not as mocking or tone was completely different.
He does it
just
at the end. He does it at the end when he keeps saying amazing over and over again.
Yeah. That shit was funny.
Yeah, that's funny. Alright. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Always comment. Toasted. I don't know if you're back or not, but peace out. I think he said he was going to be back in 20 minutes. If we missed you, we apologize. And as always, give this video a thumbs